Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: U of A engineering student develops a device to help predict algae blooms. Researchers who pioneered study and synthesis of quantum dots take Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Many EU members will pay into block budget for first time if Ukraine joins. Prada and Axiom Space collaborate to design NASA's lunar spacesuits. Mr. Beast and BBC stars used in deepfake scam videos. U of A engineering student develops a device to help predict algae blooms. CBC. Jordan Aleniak, a META student, has developed a bacterial fuel cell that can detect and forecast blue-green algae blooms. Blue-green algae blooms, known as cyanobacteria, can be toxic to the environment and aquatic animals. Aleniak used a 3D printed fuel cell to measure the microbial activity in the water. When the bacteria metabolize properly, they produce hydrogen, powering the fuel cell. If the environment is unhealthy or cyanobacteria is present, less hydrogen is produced. Aleniak hopes the cells can be produced and sent to indigenous communities and others who need them. Researchers who pioneered study and synthesis of quantum dots take Nobel Prize in Chemistry. The Globe and Mail. 3 researchers, Mounji Bawendi, Louis Bruss, and Alexei Ekimov, have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for their pioneering work on quantum dots. Quantum dots are tiny clusters of atoms that have a range of applications, from television screens to renewable energy. The researchers were recognized for their contributions to the discovery and synthesis of semiconductor crystals that measure only 1/1000th of a meter across and exhibit quantum properties. Quantum dots have found their way into commercial products such as OLED television screens and are actively being explored for potential future applications in solar energy and other technologies. Many EU members will pay into block budget for first time if Ukraine joins. Telegraph. A leaked analysis has revealed that the European Union, EU, will pay Ukraine £161 billion over 7 years if it joins the EU, turning various member states from net recipients to net contributors for the first time. The leaked document is the first modeling on the potential accession of 9 new member states to the EU. Although the process of joining the EU can take many years, and is unlikely to happen while the war continues in Ukraine, the paper warned that very significant challenges would have to be addressed to secure public support for a bigger EU. Prada and Axiom Space collaborate to design NASA's lunar spacesuits. Reuters. Italian luxury group Prada and startup Axiom Space will work together to design NASA's lunar spacesuits for the Artemis 3 mission in 2025. Prada's engineers will collaborate with Axiom Space to develop materials and design features that will protect astronauts against the challenges of space and the lunar environment. Axiom Space has a contract with NASA to develop spacesuits for use on the Moon and other space programs. Mr. Beast and BBC stars used in deepfake scam videos. BBC. Deepfake videos have been used to scam people online, with the world's biggest YouTuber, Mr. Beast, and 2 BBC presenters being targeted. One video on TikTok claimed to be Mr. Beast offering new iPhones for $2, while another used the likenesses of BBC stars to promote a known scam. The videos are gated with a warning image to alert viewers to the false information. The BBC has contacted Facebook owner Meta, which has yet to remove the content. China bites back as EU launches probe into electric vehicle industry. South China Morning Post. The European Commission has launched an investigation into China's electric vehicle (EV) sector, citing evidence of subsidies that could harm EU industry. The investigation could lead to import duties being imposed on vehicles imported from China. The probe will not only examine support given to Chinese brands but also EU and other international brands based in China. This could lead to import duties being imposed on Tesla, Volkswagen, and BMW models. German carmakers, who are highly exposed to China, are concerned about possible retaliation. EU lawmakers back tough media law against big tech's content removal decisions. The Globe and Mail. EU lawmakers have voted in favor of draft rules that target Google, Meta platforms, and other large online platforms' content moderation restrictions. The rules require online platforms to carry news content for 24 hours before taking it down if it breaches their content moderation rules. The draft rules, known as Article 17 of the Media Freedom Act, aim to ensure media plurality and safeguard editorial independence. However, tech lobbying group CCIA Europe, whose members include Google and Meta, warned that the rules could be exploited to spread disinformation. The proposed rules will need to be finalized with EU countries before they can be adopted. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite resident observer from the 6 dimensions, Dr. Six. I've got some fascinating news to share with you today. First up, we have Jordan Aleniak, an engineering student who has developed a device to predict algae blooms. This is great news for the environment and aquatic animals, as blue-green algae blooms can be toxic. Aleniak's device uses a 3D printed fuel cell to measure microbial activity in the water. If the environment is unhealthy or cyanobacteria is present, less hydrogen is produced. This invention has the potential to be a game changer for indigenous communities and others who are affected by algae blooms. Next, we have three brilliant researchers who have won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for their groundbreaking work on quantum dots. These tiny clusters of atoms have a wide range of applications, from TV screens to renewable energy. The researchers were recognized for their contributions to the discovery and synthesis of semiconductor crystals that exhibit quantum properties. Quantum dots are already being used in commercial products like OLED TV screens, and they hold great potential for future technologies such as solar energy. In political news, a leaked analysis has revealed that if Ukraine joins the European Union, many EU member states will become net contributors to the bloc's budget for the first time. The EU would pay Ukraine £161 billion over 7 years. While Ukraine's accession to the EU is still a long way off, this simulation highlights the potential challenges and changes that would come with a larger EU. Moving on to fashion and space, Italian luxury group Prada and startup Axiom Space are teaming up to design NASA's lunar spacesuits. Prada's engineers will work with Axiom Space to develop materials and design features that will protect astronauts during their mission to the moon. It looks like even in space, style and functionality go hand in hand. Now, let's talk about a not-so-funny situation. Deepfake videos have been used to scam people online, with popular YouTuber MrBeast and BBC presenters being targeted. These videos falsely claim to offer deals or promote scams. It's a reminder that we need to be cautious and critical of what we see online, especially when it seems too good to be true. In the financial world, auto ETFs experienced a bumpy September due to the United Auto Workers strike and concerns over higher interest rates. This has led to net outflows from ETFs tracking automakers and EV-focused funds. The strike at General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis has significantly impacted production, and investors are feeling the effects. And finally, tensions between China and the EU continue to rise as the European Commission launches an investigation into China's electric vehicle sector. The probe focuses on potential subsidies that could harm EU industry. If import duties are imposed, it could affect not only Chinese brands but also international brands based in China, such as Tesla, Volkswagen, and BMW. It's a situation that could have far-reaching implications for the global electric vehicle market. That's all the news for today, folks. Remember, knowledge is power, so stay informed and keep those brain cells buzzing. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these stories. What do you make of Jordan Aleniak's algae bloom prediction device? Are you excited about the potential of quantum dots? And what do you think about the EU's investigation into China's electric vehicle industry? Share your thoughts and let's get the discussion going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.